Alright, welcome back Pokemon Go players to another episode of the Purified Podcast. Today is October 18, 2020. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. How you guys doing?
How's it going, my good man?
Dude, it is crazy. I've done all these raids, and I got really lucky at the beginning. I don't feel like I'm getting that lucky anymore. I know, I even heard somebody today that got a Hundo Giratina while I was talking to them on Discord.
Oh God!
So I've been jealous of other people for this past week.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week for sure. But we're here once again to talk about more Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do, just like everybody else, just as many people, and people that we never thought we'd play the game until we actually start seeing the people doing. But we'll talk about that in just a second. How about that? But let's go ahead and remind everybody that we are part of the Professor Network. So please check us out at theprofessornetwork.com/Purified Podcast, where they have wonderful people working with just doing things just like we do, Pokemon Go-wise, Pokemon's anime, TCG, and everything else that it's nice and neat for us. So, Chris, how about we shift the gears today and recap what is going on in the world of Pokemon Go?
Yes, please, man. Yes, please.
All right, so the first news. What is it that you have for me today?
Are we talking shinies and hundos?
Oh God, it's gonna.
Are we talking other things?
Yeah, let's go with the shinies first, I guess.
Okay. Okay, if we're not talking about calm days, I know I talked about these last week, because I definitely remember chatting about them. Not too long ago, 2 days ago actually, I got a shiny Yanma, and I was like, oh, cool, another Yanma, yippee. And then...
Wait, Yamask?
No, a Yanma. The bug.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, if it was your mask, I'd be really happy.
Oh, yeah.
And then, and then later that day, I got Trico, and I was like, please, no.
You're becoming diseased just from having those shinies,
Yeah. and then I didn't really have anything exciting happen till Calm Day, so let me hear. What did you get? All
right, let's
got something.
Check it out with everybody here to see shiny-wise. Well, Calm Day, I want to say I got 21 shinies, so that's not bad. I did a lucky trade with somebody and got another lucky Rayquaza, but it wasn't good AVs, unfortunately, so it will not be powered up.
Mm-hmm.
21 shinies. And then, I've been going ham on Giratina, so I got a couple of shinies, and I have some trade fodder, so that's pretty good. I also, though, hatched 2 shinies. A shiny Skarmory from a 5K, and a shiny Shinx from a 10K. And I'm just like, why? Why, game? Why do you do this to me? That is the 5th shiny Shinx I had hatched in my entire Pokemon Go career. Nothing from raids, nothing from research, nothing from anything else that shiny Shinx can ever appear. Just the eggs, and it's all the 10Ks every single time.
All I can say is trade fodder, man.
Dude,
you got something nice.
I got the shiny
people.
family a long time ago, and it's just I'm just like I'm done. I'm done.
Dude, people would kill for that many Shinx.
Dude, I know, right?
Which it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Personally, my Calm Day. You saw the Discord saw it went pretty well. I don't like getting a lot of shinies, especially repeat shinies. This is a comm day we've already had before. I think it was the second comm day after Pikachu, originally 2 years, no, like a year or two ago. I don't remember.
Right.
Yeah, I ended up getting 16, and I ended up getting 4 hundos out of that because we had Weather Boost the whole time.
Yeah.
And one of them was a snapshot encounter. That kind of caught me off guard. I was looking for Great League PvP, not really Ultra League because it's not that good in Ultra League in my opinion. But dude, 4 hundos. I only needed 2. I only needed 2 for the megas, man. And I know, didn't you get them 2 hundos?
Yes. So I was a little bit hunting around my local area. Usually, there is a bot that actually tells you what the hundo are. So it's kind of like a little hunt when it comes down to it. But I mean, they're far apart, so I have to actually drive and walk over there. So it wasn't too bad. I did get the 2 that I wanted, the 1 X and Y basically. So
yeah,
I have entirely a dedication Charizard X for Mega X. Anything evolution wise or anything, it wasn't a Shanda unfortunately. But then I got another one just for Y, and I did TM away Dragon Bread because I wanted it for Fire Spin at that time. I wanted the full Fire Blast on it.
Yeah.
So I think it helps out. I think it comes out to it. I'll be lucky bodying them, or best bodying them and everything at one point. So it is, the coming days when it comes down to it. And then that same day, after hatching so many eggs and walking so much, I get another hundos smushrooms, and you gotta be kidding me, man. That's like the second one in the same month.
I forgot to say I was actually riding around with the young Gunta after I got out of work, and you should have seen his face. We were checking all the Charmanders to see if they were shiny, and I got a shiny Vulpix in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
He was not happy.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
But yeah. Really quick though.
Yeah.
I think I told you last time. It's up to you, but I would definitely check like PV Poke and stuff before Mega Evolving the one that you gave Blastburn. I'm 90% sure that Y is... I know it sounds weird, but Y is actually better with the Dragon Breath and Blastburn. At least for Master League. I don't know about raids, but at least for Master League.
Yeah, I mean, I have Blastburn on both of them at this point. I did have the ability to get two elite charge DMs on it, so that's actually pretty nice. One of them, both of them has Blastburn, but only one of them has Dragon Breath. So I'm keeping the Y for that, just because it's just, as powerful as it is, it's incredibly powerful as a Mega.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kept it that way. I didn't really get a good PvP one because the whole day was sunny weather, and in every single one of them was boosted enough to not get PvP IVs, unless it was from the Snapshot encounters, which I did, but unfortunately I didn't get a good one. So I know you got a couple of PvP ones from the community day, right? Yeah.
If you guys did the Snapshot encounters, I found out really quickly that it had a floor of 0 on the IVs. So I used that to try and get some PvP IVs because we had Weather Boost the whole time. So our floor was 222. There was no way we were gonna get a 0 attack that way, and I was stressing out. Yeah, I had a rank 1 all ready to go. I'm probably gonna give that one Blastburn in the future, but I don't know.
It will depend on the meta if they do any changes to that when it comes down to it. So, I mean, for now, save it. If you do want to evolve it, maybe they will give you the chance to do Blastburn and Dragon Bread during December's Community Day. So we'll see.
I think they said you had to use an Elite TM to get it, and they weren't planning on doing Blastburn this time around. I'm pretty sure I saw that.
And I think that's a good conversation to have with the community when it comes down to it. It's like, for the past 2 or 3 years, the community days has happened. We had the ability to evolve the Pokemon that we had the community day, plus the previous community days too regularly. Now, we are in a situation, just like I said before, that we have a repeat community day, just such as Charmander. We didn't get the chance to do Bulbasaur or Squirtle again because nobody wanted to actually do them, so that's pretty good. But that's the controversy when it comes down to it. How is December Community Day going to work for Charmander exclusivity? Because it has 2 legacy moves in that regard. It's catching people off guard when it comes down to it. I think the post was pretty clear when it comes down to it because they said that the future plans on 2021 with previous Community Day moves and all that stuff. So, but what about the other Pokemons? They're not gonna let us evolve, like Ampharos or Dratini back into those Community Days again or something. So, I don't know. It just really depends when it comes down to it, and we really do think that they're gonna have to figure something out so the community doesn't rage. Because I know that people start saving up some of the PvP Pokemons from previous Community Days, like Mudkips and Tricos and things like that. They are just good in PvP no matter how much it is, but it's still something that people want, So I don't know how Pokemon Go and Niantic is gonna handle that part. We'll see when the December comes. We'll see what the expectations are, but they are pretty high for a lot of people, and I think that's going to be a bit of a disappointment if they don't do it the right way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm like really stingy on using the Elite TM. Like, I still haven't used any of mine, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird? I think it's because I hold the Elite Fast TM so much higher than the Elite Charge TM. And I'm like, oh my gosh, which of these is going to be the best one for PvP? Which one?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I came super close to doing Shadow Zapdos, but I didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, no, I that's understandable when it comes down to it too. The Elite TMs are just as grindier as possible. You only get them through seasons of GBLs, special events, and community day boxes. So it's not the easiest way to get them, but it is some way of doing it. So I understand. Yeah. I understand your concern. For one, I really just want to put it on like Hondos and hopefully Pokemon that I have for community days.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with that.
You can never go wrong with those. Even if they're not good in PvP or anything like that, they will be good for raids and other stuff that we will do inside the game itself. So that's just me. That's what I do. That's what we wanna. I want to get to it. So everybody has their own play styles,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so I think that's a small little recap of Hondos and Shinies, but let's go ahead and get some a little bit more. The Stranger Egg grind. We wanted to talk about this a little bit because, it's been out for a couple of days already. People are getting these strange eggs, so we're just catching eggs. Brand new Pokemons, trash Pokemons. I mean, what are your opinions to strange eggs, Chris? What do you think that it comes to fruition because of this?
I know when we talked about it last week, I was very apprehensive on them. I don't know. I love the fact that we have more Pokemon to hunt, right, even if we only are able to get them from the egg. We've seen that in the past, though, with the Alolan Pokemon.
Yeah.
The problem is, after this event, we're going to be walking 12 kilometers for Pokemon that we've possibly already had. I know a lot of people are complaining about certain Pokemon hatching out of these eggs and not the new ones.
Yeah.
Especially the trash Pokemon, Trubbish. So you're walking 12 kilometers to get trash? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. I'm nervous, but I've gotten pretty lucky. I've hatched 2 of the ones that I've needed so far.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I understand the point. This is Niantic, so no matter how much you look at it, any new egg will always have some kind of companion trash Pokemon comes out to it. Trubbish being the first one, and having to actually get a Trubbish out of a 12-kilometer egg just feels a little too unexciting when it comes down to it. It's mostly because, you are walking such a long distance just to hatch one egg, and then that one egg happens to be, something that you're never going to use or anything like that. I myself don't want it because, I know that at one point it's going to have a shiny, and I understand that, but at the same time, there's no point of actually having any eggs for that reason. But they have to kind of elevate it in that regard. If not, people will be hatching same Pokemons all the time, brand new Pokemons. Absol, I know it has a shiny form. Dino has a shiny form. So when it comes down to it, the new Pokemon, such as we discussed it before, would be good in some sense, but people will just be getting them all the time because they can buy the Rocket Radar, they can battle the leaders. Unless they kind of equivalent part of it to what it is, then people will always be getting the good ones no matter what. Mm-hmm. Even though sometimes, the IB floor is 10-10-10, but that makes it a worthwhile hunt when it comes down to it. Now, it is a little bit exciting for another reason. The other way of actually seeing this is that you are grinding for these eggs. There's a possibility you have good Pokemon in there. The shiny chance are actually higher in this pool because it's such a small pool. Trubbish, Absol, the 3 new Pokemons, and Dino. Hatching from this is just 6 Pokemons in one egg that are a possibility. So the chances are super, super high for you to actually get either the shiny Absol, the shiny Dino, or the other 3 Pokemons. However, the pool is always consistently of common, uncommons, and rares, and super rares. So it will always try to get the common ones first. If you're lucky, you'll get the rare ones, and if you're extremely lucky, you'll get the extremely mythical ones in that regard. So
from what I've heard, Sandile is the rarest one. I don't know how many people have hatched it locally. If you guys have got one, let us know. I want to see its IVs. Show me that hundo. I'll be jealous.
I think who was it? Reversal. I think his very first 12-kilometer egg was a hundo, the hundo bird. So I'm like, how is that even possible? Now, my first 2 or 3 were Trubbish. So I was like, okay, well, this is dumb. The 4th one, though, actually was a Volpe, and it was a 96, 15-15.
I saw that.
13. So I was like, actually, I'm actually okay with this. It's actually...
That's not bad, yeah.
Not bad. I mean, I could use it for other things. I mean, as much as possible, I am the hundo hunter. I want to get the hundos no matter what. So eggs are the biggest possibilities for me to get them, plus research, which would probably we could probably talk about research and it's another point, or maybe another podcast, because that may be something that they need to rework at some point. But yeah, that's a good common sense. It's like the small pool helps it out. It's not like you're gonna get them all the time either. Now, we are in the event where they're boosted because you can get as many as possible from the Rocket Raiders. You spawn in balloons every 3 hours, and you have an increased amount of rockets runs around, so you're easier to able to get a Rocket Radar and things like that. So once the event is over, it's not gonna be as common. Now, I know a lot of people actually are a little bit disappointed in this because that means there are some Pokemons that are just locked in that kind of pool. They're not in the wild, they're not in research, they're not in raids, so the only way to get them is through the eggs. But it's still, they're not going to be that common. And, eventually, I know that eventually Niantic will actually say, hey, it's time for us to release these Pokemon into the wild and finally see that. Because they're kind of like the Tinko Rocket Shadow eggs, if you think about it. So they're only getting them from that. They are rare that way. You don't see them much in the wild. I think even in the main games, you are never really supposed to get them that easily. In that regard, at least, so when it comes down to it. I'm not sure entirely. I haven't actually played Gen 5 in a while, so we'll see. Sandile is everywhere in the Sword and Shield, but still, so it's kind of the thing that I feel like it's a possibility that they're only going to be in its own right. I mean, you can, once the event is over, you're barely only able to get 1 egg, maybe once a week, possibly.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Unless you grind really hard, or you start, like for the free-to-play player, they can grind it. But for the pay-to-play players, they're just going to buy the Rocket Raider and start getting 12 eggs, So it's kind of like the balance between free and non-free, So I kind of see it. It's still going to be a bump to actually have to walk 12 kilometers right now. But
I was going to say, even the free-to-play, if they're free-to-play, they got to hatch it 12 kilometers each time they get it. So I was going to say, they could maybe do 1 a week. Yeah. I mean, 1 a day. But if they have to walk 12 kilometers, it would be more like 3 a week if they got to walk 12 kilometers in their free incubator,
Yeah, and that's also if they don't spin stops when they actually get another radar. So that's the thing that are getting some people are into some people's minds. They can also, I mean, if they don't use their coins for raids, they'll definitely be using it for the Rocket Raiders. And every 4 days at best they'll be able to buy a radar unless they're doing it for free. So So you got to think of it in those kind of layers. Now, again, there are people that are saying that, okay, so I have to do this rocket stop. It's a liter. I'm going to get a 12K egg, but I don't have inventory space for the eggs. So I'm just like, well, that's just heartbreaking, It's like, unless you walk another X amount of kilometers you have for the egg that you have incubating right now, then you're never going to get the 12K egg until you actually finish that sense. And then if you were to actually open space in your inventory, you can't spin any stops until you actually get the liter. So you're like you can restock, but you have to do the liter. You gotta get eggs. So it's a little bit of controversy when it comes down to it. Again, thanks to the balloons, things have actually getting a little bit easier when it comes down to it. But let's say I have a full batch of 10K eggs ready to go. They're all incubators now, but then I get a super rocket radar. I'm just like, well, dang, I can't do anything about it. I have to walk this eggs first before I'm able to do anything. So I'm like, you're caught between a wall and a rock. So
yeah,
it's just the community there that have talked about it, and a great conversation comes from also the Lura podcast. So it's those things that just helps out talked about things, So it's kind of nice when it comes down to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so anything else you gotta say in Strange Eggs before we continue on?
No, I in the long run, I do think I'll get on board with them. I'm just a little, I don't know. I think the pool needs to change a tiny bit, honestly. If it's gonna stay 12 kilometers, that's the only thing. Because the last thing I'd like to say is, we've had Absol in 10K eggs, and now he's in the 12K eggs.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and also comes down to it. Actually, I've been hatching a couple of 10K eggs, and they're all been trash, aside from the shakes. But I got Thor, I got, Pharaoh Seed. I have gotten a Lolomola. I have got an Aldino, and I'm just like, where are the dinos? Where are all the other... I mean, I have probably hatched one dino, or not dino, but Givel. So I'm not sure if...
Seed.
Yeah, I know.
Fair Seed's going to be good when the shiny comes out. But it's not out yet.
That's what you say. But I think the pool of 10Ks also changed a bit when it comes down to switching over like Dino and Absol to the 12K pool. I still haven't actually seen anybody actually hatch a dino from the 12K pools, but
I think somebody hatched a shiny one.
I think it won in our Discord. I remember that.
It might have been,
but still, it's kind of the thing that I'll probably rant about for a while. It's even harder to actually get a dino egg at this point because there's no idea if it's gonna be in a 10K pool or an 8K pool. So. I mean, I think I'll do a little bit of research on that while we still talk about the podcast. I'll go to Silk Arena, Silk Row, actually, and see if the X pool has changed a bit. So we'll see when it comes
Shout out.
I don't think they have updated anything yet, but we'll check it out for sure. But, those things that comes down to it. Now, all right, Strange Eggs, we know our feelings. If you have any questions, guys, or any concerns or anything you want to talk to us about, make sure that you actually contact us in our Twitters. You can also email us or anything like that. Just, give us a reason to talk about more about Strange Eggs. What do you feel? What are your thoughts about it? Let us know. All right, real quick, before a little bit of miscellaneous and recap of what's going on. You want to talk about this one, Chris?
Yeah. We're having some updates to Mega Evolution. I know this was a very hot topic when Mega Evolution came out. A lot of people saw it as a kind of pay-to-win kind of feature because to get enough candy, you'd have to, spend a lot of money and do all the raids. I mean, you could do raids slower over time and have enough. It really depends on your play style, but they changed a few things. They changed the duration that the Pokemon would stay in the Mega form. It's been doubled from 4 to 8 hours. I do like that. Yes. It does make it feel more worthwhile for sure. They raised the cap for Mega Energy. It used to be 999. Why would it be an odd number? You can't get an odd number. So they changed it to 2,000. That's a lot better. Thank you very much, Niantic.
Yes, definitely.
And I don't know. Other than that, it's it's very nice because yeah.
So I got two things to say about this. Number one, I think it's great that they are doing the update for this. Giving it the chance to actually get more energy is great because the 999 cap was actually pretty low in that regard. People were doing raids and at the same time were getting cap very quickly, so you had to use it before you actually able to do more if you want to really like capitalize on a change. So 2000 is okay. It's not the greatest, it's not the biggest time, but at least people are, now that things have settled down in the whole mega raid, give us a chance to actually like stay there. It's like, do a raid, just have the energy and have it all ready to go. The mega evolutions, just like you said, having it double from 4 to 8 is great. People were actually happy about this, especially like the Snapchat community. They love that they are actually able to spend the time to be able to do like their photos and everything, and don't have to worry about things like that. 4 hours was a pretty limited time because the Snapchat community actually has like a big sense of how and where it needs to actually have a good place to it, like a place for the actual shot and everything. So it's great. I know that they're still coming out with other stuff like the body system, and they did mention that before, that the body system is going to implement how to get actual mega energy for your body. So it will depend on how much more changes are going to see, or they're going to keep it this way for a little bit longer, because we still have many more megas to come, and it's not even half of it at this point. But that was one of our research topics for today. That is actually pretty nice. Chris, you did jump the gun a little bit there.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Where?
Where? Okay. Yeah, so that's one of the topics. A little extra piece of miscellaneous news that we actually want to talk about.
Oh.
It's the whole sense that Pokemon Go is just a nice little game that people just like to play for casually or things like that. However, we do have somebody in the world gaming community that is actually like starting to, well, not starting, but have played the game for a while, but starting to promote the game just a bit more than usual, and that is the one and only Ninja. Now, Ninja, if you know the name Ninja, if nobody knows the name Ninja, what are you doing? If you love games, you probably has heard of Ninja at this point, especially in the last 2 or so years.
Yeah, even people that don't play games.
No, Ninja.
You've heard of Ninja. Come on.
So, recently he's been tweeting out things like, I'm doing GBL battles, Go Battle League. I've been doing things like that. He's been asking for PvP advice. And that's just, I want to say this is great. One, is good like promotional stuff because, somebody as big as Ninja is actually, playing the game that we love the most. We don't see this kind of thing happen with the bigger content creators out there. It's just fun to see. I think it's just amazing that he has the time. He probably has all the time in the world, but at the same time, he has the time to play a game that, never thought about that he will be the one to like the most, Now, I have seen him, talked about it before in events and other things, because I have watched Ninja for a while, since his Fortnite days, and whenever he talks about it, it's like, yeah, this is great, there's always a lot of good spawns, regionals, things like that, but he's never like fully committed into the game in that regard. He's barely level 34, I think, and he's just recently doing raids, well, remote raiding at least, and recently doing PvP and GBL, and he's actually doing good, because so far he's actually, every time that I see him, he's actually won a match. So
it's so funny to to see. I know we both saw the same clip.
Yeah. So it's just amazing. He actually posted a Twitter video asking for advice about when to use his Elite Charge TM. He probably got it from the Community Day box, of course.
That's what I'm thinking.
And he's like, he needs like serious advice. He needs to, he doesn't know what to use it on. It's like super rare, super easy. Or he either uses this on his PvP Pokemons like Charizard, or he has his Hondo Swampert with the three red stars and red and stuff and all that. I love that when he talked about it, all that. I'm just like, this is amazing. This is fun. I just love every aspect of it, and it's just incredible in its own end. Whatever the case may be, maybe Ninja will have a little bit of influence when it comes down to actually promoting the game just a little bit more. And it's way, shape, or form, it's just fun. It's just fun seeing somebody as big as him to actually playing this game, which, Pokemon Go in the game category, it's just doesn't seem that great, but it is like in the top of the list out there. So we'll see. We'll see the type of adventures we'll see when ninjas come around, and everybody has taken notice. So because he's just as big as we think. So if we ever get to the point, maybe we can get him to an interview here. You never know. That would be amazing, but that's just wishful thinking. Yeah, don't get your hopes up, guys. That's just like I'm just kidding at this point.
No. We're having them.
One day we're having Ninja in the podcast. That will probably be the biggest podcast in the entire career. I don't even know what I would do. That's it. Okay. All right. Let's get back into actual Pokemon Go news. Actually, all right. So we talked about the mega updates. Now let's talk about the Go Hub, or not Go Hub. The Grubhub, thank you. I don't know why I typed Go Hub in the notes there. But the Grubhub special weekend, Pokemon Go weekend. Now, this is a sponsorship with Go Hub, and it's only in the United States. There's no. It's similar to what we talked about in the last podcast, like the 7-Eleven promotional sponsorship with Pokemon Go in Mexico. But this time around, it's in Grow Hub. It's the United States exclusively. I'm sorry for anybody who's listening us in other parts of the world. Unfortunately, this is only an event here in the United States. But let's talk about it real quick. So, special weekend. Hold on, Chris. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You were making that face again. I was like, hold on.
I felt bad for the other countries.
Yeah. So let's talk about it real quick. Again, they're excited to announce the partnership with their friends at Grow Hub to trainers in the United States. The opportunity to take part in an exclusive event. Trainers will be able to participate in special weekend events. Don't miss your chance to take part in this exciting in-game event. All right. So presented by Grow Hub starting on October 15th. So 2 days ago? Yeah, no, 3 days ago. Trainers in the United States can sign up to part of the exclusive event, the special weekend. Trainers to submit their email at the link. Actually going to show it to you guys right here. If you go to their actual blog post, here is where you actually have to click, and then we'll join to. It will actually tell you to join Grubhub Plus, a membership with them. Want a kind of word for the foods and restaurants they love. They will get a ticket for the event while supplies last, which is, we'll talk about that in a second. As Grubhub Plus members, trainers can enjoy unlimited free delivery from their favorite restaurants, exclusive member perks, and more. Tickets are available to one per Pokemon Go account and will be available until October 28th. There's more information, of course, but that will take you to the Grow Hub website and how to get the ticket and things like that. There's more. The tickets provided trainers access to the event, exclusive time research, and special Pokemon attracts to instance on Sundays, November 8th of 2020 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. local time. So this is like a 3-hour community day thing on November 8th. Anytime in the United States. Upon ticket redemption, players participating will receive exclusive event badge. So another badge you can actually have from this. You get a couple from Safari Zones and Go Fest and things like that. Mm-hmm. We already know the time, November 8th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The features for the timepiece will give a star piece, 3 incense, 100 Charizard Mega Candy, as well as encounter with Chansey, Spoink, Mawile, Bronzong, Gibble, and Sweetle. As long as it gives me a Gibble encounter, I'm okay with this.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. I think Gibble is probably the best one there. I think. Then again, I do need shiny Chansey still.
Yeah, same here. It's also maybe just like a chance of getting the shinies, but we don't know yet at this point. Maybe just one chance of countering from this special from the time research, so it's not like they're gonna spawn in the wild. However, the following Pokemons will be attracted to incense during the event: Bulbasaur, Charizard, not even Charmander, Charizard, Squirtle, Pikachu, Unknown G, Unknown H, Sableye, Patrat, Minccino, and Ferroseed. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Ferroseed. So we knew the shiny Ferroseed was going to release in the Mexican and the Mexican special event weekend. Mm-hmm. We're also gonna have that, and then depending on what other sponsorships they have around the world, they may actually release the worldwide in that regard. So we don't know that yet. We don't know the details on it, but we'll probably see it after the event ends. So we'll check it out for sure. Please note that shiny unknown will not be appearing during this event. So don't go ham on the unknowns. Get it for your decks, but you will not get the shiny.
And it's only for 3 hours then?
Yes, it's only for 3 hours. It's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So it's not even a fast thing when it comes down to it. But yeah, so, and then instance activity during the event will last 1 hour. That's kind of like, I don't understand that one, because they say it's an hour, though we have the special bonuses for still for an hour worth of instances. So I don't know if they're like different in that regard. I'm not sure. Yeah.
This is strange. Mean, the only thing that's really making me want to get it is just the exclusive badge. I know that's kind of silly. But we can always get Shiny Ferroseed in the future.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, this looks like a really fun event, but I like badges. I like exclusive badges.
Well, as far as I know, so I have signed up for this. They have given me the ability to actually get the membership with Grubhub or whatever.
Okay.
I have not gotten the information about actually how to sign up for the ticket.
Yeah.
They're only giving me the other information, so I still don't know how that's gonna work out. I probably have to do a couple extra research on it. We'll see. I know I'm getting a bit in Giratinas. I don't have any rate passes right now, guys. I don't want to spend any more until probably the next event, which will be coming up pretty soon. The pain. I mean, I actually forgot to say that I actually got a Hondo Giratina.
Dude, yeah. Super jealous. Yeah. Good job, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. It was after those, but I got the Hondo Giratina. I actually also got 2 Hondo Hondoms. So I got those ready to go for Megas too. So that's actually pretty nice. I got one Hondo in the wild, and then I did a Rocket Leader, or not a Rocket Leader, but a Rocket Raider or Grunt. Had a Houndoom, and it was, Purified Hondo. So I'm like, God dang it. Anyways, let's get back into the actual news. The eligibility of when to get the tickets. So tickets are available to new and current Grubhub Plus members. Trainers who are new to Grubhub join using the link will also receive a 14th trial from this promotion. Trainers who are currently on those will submit their email on the special weekend page by October 8th. So by October 28th, I think that's when they're going to see sending out the tickets, depending on what it is. The tickets will actually, no, it says right here, tickets will be sent out starting on November 4th. So 4 days before the event actually starts, that's when their tickets are going to start booming around people, and people are going to say, oh, I finally got this, I finally got that. And the code can only be redeemed per Pokemon Go account. Codes are personal and cannot be transferred, and available only in the United States. Ticket redemption will be available on Niantic's redemption portal on Wednesday, November 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific time to Sunday, November 8th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So you'll be able to redeem the promotional code, including the ticket, to our offer address and website. I think it's like, a special code that you can only put it. iPhone users have to go to the website. I think Android users can only put it on there. So that's actually pretty cool. So you just be careful when it comes down to it. You don't stream or do anything, take the picture of your thing, and then have people just like steal it or something.
Nope.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's that Grubhub event. My final thoughts on it is like, they're making people actually sign up for this. Yeah, it's a 14-day trial to the Grubhub, so you basically need to, if you don't want to continue on with it, just turn it off after the 14 days. However, I think that they'll be able to, I don't know if they're just gonna hand the tickets like that for people who sign up, but I don't know. We'll see when it comes out.
I'm curious about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's okay. It's an okay. It's a good event. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, they gotta make money. It's a business.
Yeah.
I think this is a really good, at least opportunity. I think it's definitely a good way to do it. I don't know. I think this is definitely a good way for them to get money, though. Dragging people in with a new shiny. Is it worth it, though? That's the question.
I'm not sure about that yet. We'll see.
It looks worth it to me only because I want that little shiny badge under me. I do like those badges that you can only get if you do certain events.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do it though. We'll see.
We'll see. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on it for sure, but we don't know how it's gonna work yet, aside from what they already have information on it. So it is what it is. Alright, so next on our list, it's time for a spooky mastery time, everybody.
Scary skeleton.
It's time for Halloween. It's time for spooky season. It's time to be the master of all ghosts. It's time to catch them all and just, be the master of that. All right. So this is the very first of maybe another event that's coming up. Now, we'll talk about the other event, but we don't have information on it. I feel like that's actually going to come out tomorrow. But this is the event, the small, tiny event that we're going to have for this. So trainers, Halloween is around the corner and ghost-type Pokémon will be appearing more often. It's time to put your catching skills to the test during this Catch Mastery Ghost event. Starting on Sunday, October 25th at 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. local time. Features of this event: Drifloon will be appearing more often in the wild. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one. We already knew it was shiny, so I don't know what you're trying to imply here, Niantic. There will be exclusive time research available only during this event. Complete the event's exclusive field research task to encounter ghost-type Pokémon and earn Mega Gengar energy. So finally, after everything that we did throughout, the Mega events and everything in September, we're finally getting the Mega energy candy, and I'm just like, okay, I guess they'll put it on raids eventually. We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Bonuses for this event will you'll earn additional experience when catching Pokemon with nice, great, excellent, and curveball throws. So, time to get those practice going because, you got to get that excellence and see if you get extra experience for everybody else. It's like, look at that. I missed it, but whatever.
Yeah, get your Hundo Drifloon. It's a monster in Ultra League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
That's my main concern. That's what I'm doing.
I think they're only going to be... I think this is similar to the Meowth Research Day, but Halloween edition, basically. There's also, that's as I said, field exclusive event field research day. You will encounter the Pokémons and make a Gengar energy. So that means you actually got to go around. Again, it's actually a full day's event. So it's from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. local time. So that's not a bad thing. We'll see more information as it comes along. The 25th is on a Sunday next week, so we'll see. And it's also, I think this is the second to last week before Halloween, so it's time for some more spooky stuff soon. But yeah, that's the mini event that we had. However, that's not the last thing that Niantic had for us before the end of this week. Just today, they started teasing out a brand new event that they're going to be talking about soon. However, the only thing that they tease us from Pokemon Go is a small little video that shows, and I'm going to show it right here for you guys, Jam Mask. Now, this is not the Jam Mask you are looking for, guys. This is a different Jam Mask. This is the Galarian Jam Mask from Generation 8. The other form, just like Galarian Meowth and Galarian Zigzagoon, it's coming into Pokemon Go pretty soon. So we want that. We definitely want that.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to be a shiny one. I don't think so, just because Jam Mask is already a shiny form. It's hard to say. However, it's kind of nice that they're implementing things from other generations, or at least regional forms, before they actually get to the point. There was, however, an APK mine from Pokeminers. Again, before we actually continue on that, remember that data mining is breaking terms of service, but talking about it that's not. So we're just relying on information here. So make sure you don't do it, guys. What's basically happening is that what they found in the code is two specific things, because there's a list of a lot of other things for sure.
Yeah.
The two things that are coming apart from this APK mine is the evolution of Galarian Jam Mask, which is Regulios or something. I can't remember. It's
Runerigus.
Runerigus.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. That's one. But two is a charge move, Dark Void, and that is the exclusive move for Darkrai. So
I like Darkrai.
I was predicting this for a while. The only real other Pokemon that is spooking in its own sense is Darkrai. I mean, we already have Giratina for 2 weeks, Origin into that, and Shiny for that. Mm-hmm. But given the chance to get Darkrai with his Legacy move, I think I'm actually okay with this. Especially because Darkrai was actually out a little bit before remote reading was out. So for a fact that people are going to go ham, I don't know for how long is this next event is going to be, because they'll only be teasing us how it's gonna work or what they're want to talk about. But there's nothing that says that we're gonna have a week, 2 weeks. I don't know how many more longer. So Darkrai is going to be here probably soon. Special moves, shiny, and remote raids in it. So
yeah, remember you can't trade it, guys. So you gotta get it on your own.
Yeah. So that's all right. We'll see. There's still like small things that they're teasing here and there, but I'm guessing the news are gonna come out tomorrow. So unfortunately, we won't be able to actually talk about it until next week.
I do want to add on really quick.
Yes.
I saw PokeAK made a video on Runa Rigorous or whatever, however you pronounce it, and he said it should max out under 2,500 at like 22-ish hundred.
Okay, so that's body maybe.
I think it has like the same typing as Golurk, right? Ghost Dark or Ghost Ground. Yeah. So we'll see. It's a weird typing. It's a fun typing, but it really depends on the moves they give it, right?
Yeah, it really does depend on the move. But when it comes down to it, we'll see. Just like Warlock, maybe it was supposed to be a good Pokemon. We just don't ever see it in this regard because maybe a little too slow. I don't know. So we'll definitely be out and about when it comes down to it. And that's only if that happens. I'm pretty sure Mega Gengar will be also in raids and Mega raids.
I agree.
Now, I did want to actually just mention a little bit. Once Mega Gengar comes out, we have a lot of Pokemon in the Mega Raids, and that's going to be a little difficult to hunt him down. We have already the 3 starters, Pidgeot and Houndoom in Mega Raids. That will make the 6 Mega Pokemon in Raids, and to spawn a Mega Gengar, that's going to be difficult, guys. Unless they do rotations and they took away Houndoom and put Mega Gengar in there, and then that way, it kind of evens it out a little bit. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, the only thing I can hope is if they add Mega Gengar to the raids, that they make it only Mega Gengar just for like a week or something. I don't think that's too much to ask, because the Mega Pool is pretty large right now too.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It just comes down to it in the end of the day, and I'm just like, I don't know about that. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be more news tomorrow, guys. Make sure you follow us on our social media. We'll definitely be tweeting about it, talking about it, and things like that. So check us out later for sure. All right. I wanted to go into the PvP section, Get Good, Get Wrecked, but do we have anything else to talk about, Chris?
Do
you have anything for me in the PvP world?
All I got to say is I suck at the Sylph Cup that's been going on right now.
Sunrise?
Yeah, Sunrise has been just kicking my butt. It seems like each of the teams I make have a glaring weakness that everybody I battle has. Oh my gosh. I'd say the biggest one is I didn't have a fire type on my team. Okay. In one of the iterations. There's like 3 different cups I'm doing that all have different teams. But in one of them, I didn't have a fire type. And everybody either has a Ferrothorn or an Abomasnow. And if they see I don't have a fire type, they're coming straight in with it, man.
So tip for anybody doing the Sunrise, have a fire type in your team.
yeah, and definitely stuff to guard it for sure.
Yeah.
I do think some other notable thing to say is if you guys remember, we've had a certain someone on our team that may or may not have been the North America champion of Sylph.
AKA Speedish Chief.
Yes. And wouldn't you know it, I got paired with him in one of my cups. So we're going to be battling tonight, most likely.
Oh, God. He has to.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, good luck there, Chris, for sure. Going against the world champion at this point, I don't know about that, brother. I don't know about that.
Looking at the team, I have a chance.
Do you have a fire type?
Yeah. Yes, I do have a fire type in this cup.
All right. Well, we can't really show the teams because, I mean, that is good information throughout the tournament. However, yeah, good luck there, Chris. Again, going against the world champion in the Salt Arena, it's kind of like, whew, okay.
I'm definitely going to flex it if I win.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that is basically all that we have. I mean, everything else is updated in the PvP. It's just that Master League is here. Everybody's doing Master. We all have all 3 leagues available to us pretty soon. I'm not entirely sure when. And then after that, the season will be over, of course. And then season 5 will start. And that actually is supposed to be the easier season because it's like a break season for everybody. Because people will not have to care about the rankings and all that. So we'll see when it comes down to it. But yeah, for now, it looks like that's it for the podcast. Chris, do you have anything else for me before we go?
No, I think we covered everything really well.
Yeah, definitely. Now, thank you very much for listening, guys. We really appreciate anybody who has come to the stream to watch us talk and rant because we love the game. If you want to keep on listening and, try to work or anything, you can also check us out on our podcast feeds, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, and many more to go. So if you can just leave a review, that we greatly appreciate it because that will make sure that people can actually listen to us more. And we want more people to listen. We want more people to come. And we'll definitely be part of it. So make sure you follow us on our social media for anything that the week's change. We'll definitely be talking about the soon-to-be-announced Halloween event. And then, of course, you can email us information or anything at thepurifiedpodcast@gmail.com. And no text or voice message because I haven't set that up. Check us out definitely on thepurifiedpodcast.com. And that's really it. That's all I got for you guys. Chris, how about you take us away for the night?
Alrighty. Hope you guys are enjoying the scary, spooky season that we have. And get all your wonderful shinies. Get all your ghost types. Get all your dark types. Stay safe out there. I hope Pure Letter gets all his hundos from eggs. He's going to.
I mean,
and
I can also hatch a 6 shiny chings and just be filming.
Oh. Yeah, he's gonna keep them coming. I hope you guys get your fair share too. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.
Keep grinding, guys. Have a good night.